welcome back to Lisa Lives. Today I am going to do another horror tag. I've been really enjoying these tags and I saw one recently by a channel by the name of HorrorDigest. I'm going to link the channel in the description below with the questions. And I was actually tagged by Ross from Random Horror, which I'm really glad. I wanted to do this one. So I will link Random Horror's channel also in the descriptions with the questions. The questions are quite wordy here, so hence I've listed them below for you. I like these, they were quite different. So, number 1, we have 6 questions in all. We already have Alien versus Predator and Freddy versus Jason. What other 2 horror icons would you like to see battle in the next Versus movie? Right, I thought of all sorts for this one. I've narrowed it down to 2. I didn't go for the typical monster as such, like Leatherface or Jason or anything like that. I've gone for Hannibal Lecter versus Jack Torrance from The Shining. Both kind of psycho. Well, I don't know if you'd call it. Hannibal Lecter's not a psycho, he's extremely intelligent and a cannibal. But I think the 2 characters facing off against one another, given that they're both, I don't know. I was going to say human, but I suppose all the other ones are human also, but you know what I mean, they seem like more normal. And then when I think about what I'm saying, they're not normal, are they? The other one I would really like to see, excuse me, Samara from Rings and Kayako from The Grudge. I find Japanese horror really, really unsettling, really creepy. I really enjoy it. And just the character when Samara's crawling out of the well in The Ring, and Kayako, like that weird walk she does down the stairs where she's got, I can't do it, but you know the one I mean. Those 2. I think that would probably come top for me. So, number 2. Would you rather survive a horror movie scenario but some of your friends die, or all of your friends live but you get killed? That's a no-brainer to me. I think anyone that says they would rather all their friends live and they die isn't being entirely honest. I don't want to see anyone die, obviously, but if it's between me and someone else, I'm going to pick I want to live. You know what I mean? I think most people's going to pick that. Obviously you don't want anyone to die, but I think if you're a parent, you will always lay down your life for your child. And if you're married or have a significant other, you would probably always lay that down for your partner. But I think outside of that, outside of family, I think you'd struggle to sort of like gladly die. That maybe makes me sound awful, but HorrorDigest and Random Horror both answered the same thing, so I'm thinking this question's going to go one way. Number 3. You're in a horror movie. Are you the final girl, first to die, the comic relief, the skeptic, the smart one, or the killer? I think there's a big difference between what one you would like to be and what one you would probably be. I would obviously like to be the final girl. I want to be that girl in the back of that pickup truck, getting away, screaming, that's me, I want to be that one. I'd like to be the smart one. I'd like to be the sensible one. What one would I be? Probably first to die. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know if I'd get through to the end, but I'm going to say the smart one. I don't think I'm stupid. I think I'm pretty clued up, so I'll say the smart one. But I want to be the final girl. Number 4. We have seen horror icons in space, such as Jason and the Leprechaun. Who do you want to go to space next? I really liked Random Horror's answer to this. He answered like a werewolf, because obviously you're in space, there's the moon, you're like 100% around the moon, you're not going to be able to change back. So his answer really tied to the question really well. I picked 2 things. Leatherface, because just the thought of when you have that weightlessness, Leatherface like slashing a chainsaw through space just seems a bit freaky to me. And I know this isn't supposed to be scary, it's a bit of a funny movie, but Gremlins? Can you imagine Gremlins in space? Everywhere, floating all around the place. Yeah, so yeah, Gremlins. Number 5. When making sequels to horror movies, when do you think enough is enough? Right, I am going to be... What's the word when you say something and mean something else? No, it's not coming to me. Hypocritical. I'm going to be hypocritical. I'm going to say 2, maybe 3 at most. I'm not a fan of this 6, 7, 8, 9 sequels to things. I think that for the most part, not always, but for the most part, things start to get really weak as it dilutes the concept. In saying that, I adore Saw as a concept, and I have watched all of them, and I have enjoyed all of them. Obviously more so the first couple. They were the stronger movies, but I think if you're a real fan of a specific movie, you just will happily have them make more and more and more and never be sick of it. That's how I feel about Saw, but I think overall I'm going to say 2 or 3. Last question. Name a horror movie that was ruined for you because of the ending. I could talk all day long about this one. I've narrowed it down to a few. American Werewolf in London. If you haven't seen these movies, don't watch this question. American Werewolf in London, they kill David at the end. What's that all about? Night of the Living Dead, Random Horror mentioned this also. Really peeved about this. Excuse me, this virus is not leaving me. Ben, the hero of Night of the Living Dead, they kill him at the end. Now that one's one I feel really strongly about. Now George Romero did not mean to be making a statement about race when he made that movie. The actor just was the best one. He auditioned the best. But I think, you know, it was groundbreaking that we had the lead black actor. And previously you didn't get an awful lot of that. And I think that what was said is that it was interesting that the black man he was protecting all the white people, and there were parallels drawn between him being used to handle life and people in a certain way because of the racism and because of the intolerance, and as a black man he had to be ready for anything and he had to be think outside of the box, etc, etc. That's not what George Romero intended when he cast him. He was just simply the best actor. But to give a black actor that role as the hero and to kill him at the end by a white sheriff, by a racist, no. Don't agree with that. 3, I'm not going to go into any detail here. The need for the big, like, don't want to say monster, the big thing at the end, no. Carrie, when you thought it was over and the hand out of the ground, no. The Village, when it was all an experiment and what we'd watched for the last hour and a half wasn't real, no. That's it. So, I am going to tag a few people here. I am going to tag the Horror Man, Horrific Nightmares JM, The Last Shoegazer, Andrew Ballina, I hope I'm pronouncing that properly, 80s Film Fan, Dylan Bean, End Credits, and the Horror Section. I'm tagging all of you. I'd be really interested to see your answers to this one. Thank you for Horror Digest for the tag, and thank you to Random Horror for tagging me. I will put all the links below, and obviously if you do the tag, if you credit Horror Digest, as it is his tag. Okay, so hope you enjoyed that. Probably be more tag videos coming from me in the future because it's something I really enjoy. And I bid you adieu, and it is over and out from Lisa Loves.